Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are required to find the value of x given that x is a member of the set of positive integers and the problem is 3 plus root 2 in a bracket to power x plus 3 minus root 2 in another bracket to power x is equal to 22. I am going to use two methods to solve this. The first one is the guess and check method and the second one is the binomial expansion. Using the guess and check method, we are going to make x equal to 1, and if that's the case, 3 plus root 2 plus 3 minus root 2 is equal to 22. When this and this cancels out, 3 plus 3 is not equal to 22. Therefore, x is not equal to 1. Let's x equals to 2, and if that's the case, 3 plus root 2 to power 2 plus 3 minus root 2 to power 2 is equal to 22. When we expand this, we'll get 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times root 2 is 3 root 2. Root 2 times 3 is another 3 root 2. When we add it together, we'll have 6 root 2. Plus root 2 times root 2 is 2. Plus 3 times 3 again is 9. Then we'll have minus 6 root 2. When we expand like that, then plus 2 equals to 22. This and this will cancel out because they are equal and opposite. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. Like I mentioned earlier, the second method is the binomial expansion. Why am I using the binomial expansion? If we check the question, the brackets are sodic expressions and they are conjugates. However, when we multiply them out, we will not get 1. And that will make the problem cumbersome. Assuming the products will give us 1, it will make the solution a bit easier. That is why I'm going to use the binomial expansion. Now, what is this binomial expansion? If I have a plus b to power n, it will expand into a to power n plus n a to power n minus 1 b to power 1 all over 1 factorial plus n times n minus 1 a to power n minus 2 b to power 2 over 2 factorial up till the last term, which is b to power n. If we simplify this, we'll have a to power n plus n times a to power n minus 1 b, 1 factorial is 1, plus n times n minus 1 times a to power n minus 2 times b to power 2 all over 2 factorial is 2, down till b to power n. When the sign in between the terms in the bracket is negative, I will have to expand it into a to power n minus n times a n minus 1b, then plus n times n minus 1 a to power n minus 2 b to power 2 all over 2, down till b to power n. Now, we want to take note that if the power is an even number, the expression will expand into odd number of terms. And if the power is an odd number, it will expand into even number of terms. Also, if the sign between the terms in the bracket is negative and the power is an odd number, the last term will be a negative term. And if the power is an even number, the last term will be a positive term. Now, like we see earlier, that x is equal to 2. So this is an even number. The last term will be a positive term. However, I do not need to expand it down till the last term. I only need the first 3 terms. So let us expand the expressions in the question. The first one is 3 plus root 2 to power x. It will expand into 3 to power x plus x times 3 to power x minus 1, which is this, times root 2, and then plus the third term now becomes x times x minus 1 times 3 to power x minus 2 times root 2 to power 2 all over 2. That's for the first bracket. Now the second bracket, also remembering that there's a minus sign in between the terms and the brackets, I have 3 minus root 2 to power x. it will expand into 3 to power x minus x times 3 to power x minus 1 times root 2 plus x times x minus 1, 3 to power x minus 1 times root 2 to power 2. Now, this and this will cancel out, and this and this will cancel out. All over 2. Let us remember that we are dividing by 2. Now, if we add these two terms together, like the question says, that becomes 3 plus root 2 to power x plus 3 minus root 2 to power x will give us 22. So let us add these terms together and then equate them to 22. These two terms will add together to give us 2 times 3 to power x. Now, this term and this term are equal and opposite, so they will cancel out, remaining this and this, plus x times x minus 1, 3 to power x minus 2, times 2, all over 2. I have to multiply this by 2 because I am adding similar terms together, down till root 2 to power x, which will become insignificant. It is equal to 22, just as the question says. If we factorize 2 out, we have 2 bracket 3 to power x plus x bracket x minus 1 times 3 to power x minus 2 all over 2 will give us 22. Now, 2 here will divide here, giving us 11. So 3 to power x plus x times x minus 1, 3 to power x minus 2. Let us remember that there is a times 2 here after even factorizing. All over 2 is equal to 11. Now, these 2 will cancel these 2, giving us 3 to power x plus x times x minus 1, 3 to power x minus 2 is equal to 11. Let us simplify this. Let us remember that this is an index or a problem in indices. So 3 to power x plus, if I open the brackets, x squared minus x times 3 to power x divided by 3 to power 2 will give me 11. It becomes 3 to power x plus x squared minus x times 3 to power x all over 3 to power 2 is equal to 11. Let me multiply through by 3 to power 2. 3 to power 2 is 9. So I have 3 to power 2 times 3 to power x plus x squared minus x times 3 to power x is equal to 11 times 3 to power x. The next thing I will do is to factorize the 3 to power x out. So factorizing, I have 3 to power x times 3 to power 2 plus x squared minus x, close the bracket, is equal to 3 to power 2 times 11. Now, if I equate this, I will equate this 3 to power x to this 3 to power 2 and these brackets to 11. So I have 3 to power x is equal to 3 to power 2, and so x is equal to 2, which is what we got earlier. X is equal to 2. If we also equate this term in the brackets to 11, we'll also have to, after we solve the quadratic equation. So I have 9, which is 3 to power 2, plus x squared minus x is equal to 11. Therefore, x squared minus x minus 11 plus 9 will give me 0. And x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So if I factorize this, x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2 is 0. Then x minus 2, then plus 1, x minus 2 is also equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 2 is 0, or x plus 1 is 0, and x equals to 2, or x equals to minus 1.